Hello, my friend. Welcome back to Story and Motivation English. I need to tell you something truly embarrassing. It happened at an airport and, of course, in front of about 100 people.
Oh no. What did you do this time?
So, I'm at the security line at JFK Airport. The TSA officer looks at me and asks, "Anything sharp in your bag?" A normal question, right? But my brain, already stressed from the early flight, heard it as a personality question. So I said, "Only my personality."
Sam, please tell me you did not say that.
I did. And the officer just stared at me like, "Sir, this is not the time for jokes." Meanwhile, the people behind me were trying not to laugh.
Airports can do that to anyone. Even confident travelers suddenly forget how to speak or think or exist.
Exactly. And airport English feels twice as stressful because everything moves fast. Announcements, security questions, boarding groups, gate changes. Your brain is like, "Can we slow down? I'm still on step one."
But here's the good news. Airport English doesn't have to be scary. With just a few simple phrases, you can travel smoothly, confidently, and without accidentally flirting with TSA again.
Thank you, Emma. I would like to avoid that experience forever. So today, my friend, we're going to break down easy, real airport English you can use at check-in, security, the gate, and even customs.
Stay with us. This might be the lesson that makes your next flight feel so much easier.
Let's get started before I embarrass myself again. Emma, here's the thing. Airports make even smart, confident people feel clueless. I swear, the moment I step inside an airport, my brain becomes soft. Too many signs, too many people, too many announcements I never fully understand.
That happens to almost everyone. Airports are noisy, busy, and full of quick instructions. Even native speakers get confused, especially when there's a gate change every 5 minutes.
Oh yes, gate changes. Once I was flying from Chicago to Seattle, and the screen said gate B12. But 10 minutes later, B12 to C7 to C7 to A2 to A2 to flight delayed to flight boarding now. I felt like the airport was playing musical chairs with me.
That's very normal. And this is why airport English feels hard for learners. It's fast, it's loud, and it's full of travel-specific words you don't hear every day.
Like boarding group, connecting flight, priority line, carry-on, or my personal favorite, "This is the final boarding call." It sounds so dramatic, like you're about to lose the last train to safety.
Yes. And when people get nervous, they lose their English confidence too. So suddenly, simple questions feel scary, like, what if I don't understand the TSA officer? What if I say the wrong thing at check-in? What if I stand in the wrong line and everyone stares at me?
Definitely been there. Last month at security in London Heathrow, the officer looked at my backpack and said, "Laptop out, please." And for some reason, I thought he meant step out. So I started stepping away without my bag. He said, "No, sir, your laptop." Everyone behind me sighed in unity.
See, even small misunderstandings can make you panic. But the truth is, you don't need perfect English at the airport. You just need the right, simple phrases.
And the courage to ask again when you don't understand.
Exactly. Travel English is not an exam. It's survival English. Clear, simple, direct. And the staff at airports are used to travelers from all over the world. They don't expect perfect English.
True, but many learners still feel nervous because they don't know what to expect. They imagine check-in as a big, scary conversation, when in reality, it's usually just a few questions. Passport, please? Any bags to check? Window or aisle? Super short.
Right. And TSA security, people fear it, but it's also short and predictable. Take off your shoes, remove your laptop, liquids out. Those same three phrases repeat in airports across the US and Europe.
And the boarding area, you really only need to know two questions. Is this the line for flight? And how long until boarding?
Exactly. The key is knowing the simple, natural ways to ask and answer. That's what gives you confidence.
And honestly, once you understand the patterns, traveling becomes so much easier. You walk through the airport feeling like, okay, I can handle this.
And that's what we want for our listener, a calm, confident feeling when they travel. Not panic, not confusion, just clarity.
So, in the next part, we're going to break down all the essential English phrases for check-in, security, boarding, customs, everything, and we'll make them super easy.
And we'll act out real airport situations too, with you, Sam, as the confused traveler, which is very believable.
Thank you, Emma. Always supportive.
Always.
All right, my friend, let's head into the value section and learn the exact sentences you need to travel smoothly.
Ready when you are.
All right, Emma, this is the part I really need help with because airports test every piece of English I have. Let's start simple, checking in. What do people actually need to say?
You'll be surprised. Check-in English is extremely short. When you walk up to the counter, the agent usually starts with something like, "Passport, please. Where are you flying today?" And the easiest, most natural reply is simply, "I'm flying to Los Angeles," or "I'm checking in for flight 218."
That feels much simpler than what people imagine. I think learners expect a full interview, like, please explain your life story and your reasons for travel.
No, no, not at all. Airline staff don't want an essay. They want quick, clear answers. Then they usually ask, "Any bags to check today?" And you can say, "Yes, one bag," or "No, just a carry-on."
I remember the first time I heard carry on. I thought it meant carry on with your life. I didn't know it meant small suitcase you can bring on the plane.
That's a very Sam moment. But yes, carry-on is the small bag you take with you. Checked bag is the big one that goes under the plane.
Okay, so let's imagine I'm checking in. You be the airline staff. Ready?
All right. Good morning. Passport, please.
Here you go. See, I already feel nervous.
Then I would say, "Any bags to check today?"
No bags to check, just to carry on.
Perfect. Then the staff often asks, "Do you prefer a window or aisle seat?"
Okay, here's my moment of truth. Aisle, please, because I drink too much water and I always need to stand up.
Same. I'll team forever. And that's basically it for check-in. Quick, simple, easy.
Okay, but now comes the scary part. Security.
Ah, yes. The legendary TSA moment. But again, simple English. The officers speak in short, clear commands. Shoes off. Laptop out. Liquids in the tray. They're not trying to test your English. They're trying to keep the line moving.
One time, an officer said, "Remove large electronics," and I panicked because I had my electric toothbrush. I thought, is this a large electronic? Is this considered dangerous?
They mean laptops, tablets, big devices, not toothbrushes. And if you ever don't understand something, the safest, most natural sentence is, "Could you repeat that, please?" Or, "Sorry, what should I do?"
That's really good. Clear, polite, and not awkward.
Exactly. And trust me, they repeat instructions all day long. You're not bothering anyone.
Okay, after security, the gate. This is where every traveler becomes confused.
Yes, because gates love to change. They're like wild animals, unpredictable. But the English you need is still simple. You can ask, is this the line for flight 304? Or, what time is boarding? Or, did the gate change?
I think travelers panic because announcements are never clear. It always sounds like, flight 9 something now boarding at static noise.
Every airport in the world sounds like that. So, if you miss an announcement, just ask someone nearby or the gate agent. Excuse me, what was the announcement? Or, is boarding starting now?
Okay, this is making me feel more confident, but there's one more area that terrifies people: customs.
Ah, yes, passport control. But again, super simple. The officer usually asks, what's the purpose of your trip? And you reply with one word: tourism, or business, or visiting family.
I wish someone had told me that earlier. The first time I traveled to Europe, I started giving the officer a full speech. Well, you see, I've always dreamed of visiting your beautiful country. He looked at me like, "Sir, please stop talking."
Yes, officers prefer one-word answers. Then they usually ask, how long will you stay? And you can say 5 days or 2 weeks. Short, direct.
What about when you can't hear them clearly? Airports are noisy.
Then use, sorry, could you say that again? Not long, not complicated. It's the most natural way to ask.
All right, let's do something fun. A quick role play. You be the customs officer and I'll be the tired traveler.
Okay. Purpose of your visit.
Tourism.
How long will you stay?
6 days.
Enjoy your trip.
See? Simple. I survived. We should celebrate.
Yes, with calm airport English.
I think the real message here is this. Airport English isn't complicated. The environment is. The noise, the rushing, the stress. That's what makes your brain freeze.
Exactly. And when you know the right short sentences, everything becomes easier. English doesn't have to add stress to the airport. It can make the trip smoother.
I love that. And it makes me feel so much more prepared for my next trip.
And I hope our friend listening feels the same, because once you understand the patterns, check-in, security, boarding, customs, everything repeats. Different airports, same English.
All right, Emma, let's bring it home in the conclusion. All right, my friend, we've reached the end of today's episode, and honestly, I feel so much calmer about airports now. It turns out airport English isn't this big, scary thing. It's really just a handful of simple sentences.
Exactly. People imagine airports as English nightmares. But the truth is, most interactions are short, predictable, and very routine. Check-in is quick. Security uses the same 5 commands everywhere. Boarding only requires a couple of questions. And customs? Even shorter.
I think that's the part that surprised me the most. I used to imagine passport control as a long interrogation. Now I know it's basically just purpose of your visit, how long will you stay, and then stamp, you're done.
Yep. Airports look stressful, but your English doesn't have to be. With a few simple phrases, you can walk through the entire airport feeling confident, not confused.
And I love the idea that this isn't about speaking perfect English. It's about communication, being clear, being calm, and being polite.
Exactly. Airport staff don't expect you to sound like a news anchor. They just want you to understand the instructions. And now, you do.
My friend listening right now, I want you to imagine this. You walk into the airport for your next trip. You check in smoothly. You answer questions with ease. You go through security without panic. You ask for help when you need it. You understand announcements. And you feel in control.
That's what confidence looks like. And you absolutely deserve that feeling.
Before we wrap up, we'd love to hear from you. What airport situation makes you the most nervous? Tell us in the comments, and maybe we'll make an episode just for that.
If today's lesson helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode with someone who has a trip coming up. Trust me, they'll thank you at the airport.
Thank you for spending your time with us. Safe travels on your next journey, and remember, you're much more prepared than you think.
Take a deep breath, stay calm, enjoy the trip, and we'll see you in the next episode.